So that actually is a great segue into one of the questions I wanted to ask you as well, and that is how you stay consistent now with walking this changed life, like things that you do and don't do to stay consistent on the path.
The most important thing is spending meaningful time with the Lord. And that's something that I teach with the women in our group is like, even if it's during doing dishes, I heard this is
Mm.
such great advice, and I share this all the time. If you have kids, instead of being angry when they leave stuff around, when you're picking up their stuff, pray over it. Pray for
Mm.
them. If you're picking up their shoes, pray for God to guide their steps. If you're picking up their clothes, pray for God to protect their hearts. Just spending meaningful time with the Lord and praying for other people has such an impact on your life because serving is so important. And that's another thing. Find somewhere to serve. Find some way to serve in the community. Find some way to serve other people because that's what Jesus did. He spent his time healing people, and we don't have to be out delivering people from cancer if that's not our gift, right? But
Yeah.
there's so much power in giving someone a bottle of water. Like,
Yeah.
it's hot out today. I see you're out here at the bus stop. Here's a bottle of water. I was in the gas station
Yeah.
across the street and I saw you and I wanted to hand you this bottle of water. And that sparks a conversation. Do it and wear a cross. Then they're going to ask you, do you believe in Jesus? And I'm going to be like,
Yes.
yeah, absolutely. You want to know more about him? Just
Yeah.
constantly being a representative of Christ. That's what keeps me from going back to the life I live because I'm a part of something that's bigger than me.
Yeah.
I'm a member of a kingdom that is so much bigger than me. I recognize my brothers and sisters. I can discern it when I see them. I can see a lost spirit and say, I love you. I don't know you, but I love you. And you don't have to believe that, but I do. And that's what keeps me going is prayer and spending time with the Lord.
I love that. And then things that you don't do, like hard boundaries that you've set so that you don't fall back because we're all susceptible.
Pornography is a big no. We don't do pornography in this house.
Mhm.
Pornographic TV shows, things like that. I saw your episode though. The girl you were interviewing, I cannot remember her name. Love her to death. I watch all her TikToks, but you guys were talking about like Too Hot to Handle and
Ashley
oh yeah, we have
Williams.
the same name.
Yes.
Sorry.
I love her too.
Oh my gosh, her videos are everything. I found her on like TikTok a couple years ago, and I'm like, I love her.
I know.
But yeah, it's
So
like
no
I try to
pornography.
stay away from that stuff. Yeah, pornography is a big no. Um, and we don't, so there's certain holidays we don't do. Well, really this year we're not doing any. We're keeping the holy days holy. We're doing like the feasts and everything this year, which has been really fun. Like the Day of Atonement and Pentecost, which has been a really fun experience for us. But for me, it's less of avoiding sin. I focus less on avoidance and more on Jesus.
That's
I
a
think a
good
lot of
point.
people get into this cycle of they're like so focused on staying away from what caused them to spiral
Yeah.
that they go back to it because they're still focused on it.
That's so true. Like, okay, so my thought was like, do you drink at all or anything like
No,
no.
I
Yeah.
don't do anything. I've been sober from alcohol for over 3 years now. I haven't done hard drugs in almost like 8 years now. It's been a very long time.
Yeah.
And definitely don't do that. I don't go out to bars. Like every now
Mhm.
and then I'll be like, I want to go to karaoke. So I'll go with go with people that I trust
Yeah.
aren't going to, try to tempt me into doing things I shouldn't be
Yeah.
doing.
But you're so
Um,
right. If you fill your life with more of the things that you should be doing, you
mhm.
just don't even have time for the
No.
things that you shouldn't be doing. It kind of weeds itself out.
Yeah, I had a pastor say to me once, it's like if you are so full on the spirit, you're so full on the spirit, you're so full on the word, when the cheeseburger comes, you're not hungry. You
Yes.
don't want it. And that's like with sin. If you're so full on the spirit, when the sin comes in front of you, you don't want it.
Yeah.
And I say that a
Amen.
lot about like with because sexual immorality has always been my like the thing that has tempted me the most.
Yeah.
And it's like masturbation and all these things. Whether or not the Bible says that we shouldn't do it or we should is up to debate. And I'm not here to debate that. What I say is I'm not going to do it because then I'm going to be like, I want to feel that again. I want to feel that again. And my husband's gone for 4 years. So if I see someone that I find attractive or whatever, it's so much easier to fall into sin when you're already letting
Oh,
little pieces creep in.
yeah, little compromises. Yeah, I don't know if you mentioned while recording that your husband is locked up right now. So
Oh,
that
yeah.
yeah, so that's a big thing, like,
Hmm.
you're not, because I was thinking when you brought up masturbation, I'm like, "Well, what are you getting full on so that you don't fall into that?" So, really, it's just you and God right now,
It's
like,
hard.
oh
Don't
my
get me wrong.
goodness.
It's hard. I'm very transparent about that. It is hard.
Yeah, I
Like,
bet.
but there's a certain point where we just have to wake up and decide that, like, my relationship with God is so much more important to me than anything because
Mhm.
I don't ever want to feel the way I felt before. I don't ever want to be scared, lost, sad, abandoned. I don't want to be an orphan. I don't ever, ever, ever want to be an
Oh,
orphan. I'm adopted and
oh.
I finally have a dad. Like my dad
Yes.
passed away when I was little. So I'm like, I have a dad that cares about me and wants me to be safe. So I don't
Oh my
want
gosh.
to sever that relationship.